What's going on, everybody? Another episode of the Motorsports Almanac podcast coming at you. This one, we're switching sports pretty much entirely for this episode. Snowbird Outlaw Nationals is this weekend. We head down on Thursday night to get ready for the races on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Shane with Wyatt, Charles Poach, and special guest from Red Line Oil, Mr. Mark Beatty. What's going on, everybody?
Hey guys, how's everybody?
It's great. Charles, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Good to be back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus here, and nice to be able to pop back up here for a second and get some air again.
Yeah, definitely. Wyatt, bud, have you been buried up there yet? I know you've
not
had
buried,
like 12
not buried
inches.
under, but chains are the most important thing when it comes to gravel and cleaning out a yard in the middle of nowhere. So, if you're ever in doubt and if you think you need to put chains on, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got video to prove it, right, Wyatt?
Well, I can show you all of it in the shop. That's not a problem.
Jeez. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Mark B from Red Line Oil. Mr. Mark, whenever I reached out for you for this, this is kind of right up your alley, you know, as much as Red Line Oil is involved with drag racing. So before we really get into talking about what we're going to see this weekend down in Bradenton, kind of give folks a rundown of what Red Line Oil is.
Well, yeah, wow, that's a big one. Red Line Oil. You know, we've been around since 1979, and we actually the first product we ever made was actually a two-stroke oil for motorcycles. So believe it or not, you know, we kind of started in the motorcycle side of things, but that quickly evolved into motorsports and tractor pulling and drag racing and road racing, you know, and stuff. So we're one of the oil companies. I mean, obviously, it's really funny. Oil's one of those things where the loyalty lines run really, really, really deep, right? You know, I mean, if somebody's sold on brand XYZ, it's like, man, they're fighting words, you know, if you try to talk about something else. But you know, we are one of the oil companies that everything we make is a true synthetic. We're PAO and ester based, right? So real quick, only in America can you take a petroleum product like a Group 3 base stock and add enough chemicals to it and put full synthetic on the label. See, when that oil goes to Europe, goes to Japan, or goes to anywhere else in the country, you can't do that because it's not a full synthetic, right? And so with us, we can, because we don't start with a petroleum product. Every lubricant that we make is full PAO and ester based. And so when they made that decision in the very beginning of Red Line, it kind of set the ground for the direction that we wanted to go. So, you know, I say all the time, I got an ad campaign I put together back to this. You know what? We know who we are. We're not going to sell motor oil to like my mom or dad or your guys' grandparents or anything like that. And we know that. We're okay with that. You know, we're focused on high performance, we're focused on racing, and we're focused on the high end user in everything that we do. So
Yes, sir. And it seems like no matter what motorsport it is, Red Line Oil is involved in some shape or form, whether it be IMSA, whether it be on a mini rod. I know you've been with Dusty Price some this year. Yep. I saw that. Come on. Kent Urbon comes to mind off my head, and plenty of drag racing. Do you know off the top of your head how many drag racers are a part of the Red Line Oil family?
Oh my gosh. This year in 2025, I had 356 or 357 racers and riders from all walks. So, you know, from power sports to anything on Team Red Line Oil. And so we take applications every year to be a member of Team Red Line Oil. And so, you know,
and before anybody asks, I looked on the website today for 2026. Too late.
It's closed. You know, we were talking pre-show, and I think I had like 500 applicants, or just shy of 500 applicants for next year. So I'm going through them one at a time. So it's like even my wife tries to send me a message or call me or whatever and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to answer you. So, you know, I'm working as fast as I can to go through all that type of stuff. But yeah, it's really awesome because it helps. You know, we believe in helping. We don't primarily focus on the big teams and the big guys, right? I mean, we're very fortunate in the NHRA world The vast majority of the Top Fuel cars and vast majority of the funny cars, they run our Nitro 70 product. And, we kind of chuckle because I don't necessarily care what decals on the side of the car. We know what's in the pan, and stuff. So our Nitro 70 is definitely a really good product, for us. And we do a lot of that. And same with a lot of the tractor pull guys. The tractor pull guys are kind of split between our 60 race and our 70 race. It just kind of depends on their engine builder, and how they have things set up. If they like to run their system incredibly rich, where they're putting a lot of methanol in it, either at idle or during the run or whatever. A lot of times they'll go to our Nitro 70 because it does a great job of separating the raw fuel, from the lubricant part of it and stuff. And then after the run, they can skim off all of the raw fuel, and they've got good clean oil that they can use again and stuff, just through the chemistry it separates. So yeah, we got lots of stuff out there.
Yeah,
There
it
you
goes
go.
even beyond just the motor oils too. I mean, you're a full
Yeah.
range,
Yeah.
assembly lubes, gear oils, transmission
Coolants.
fluids.
Yeah, coolants are our product that a lot of people recognize because it's in basically all the box stores, is our water wetter. Water wetter is one of the OG products that we have. So, and the good thing about that is that it's track safe. If you're a road race competitor or a drag racer and stuff, if you have distilled water in your system, you can put water wetter in it, and it's track safe. You don't have a problem. It's not like it's antifreeze, and stuff. So a lot
My
of people
friends at
know
Total
us.
Venue Concepts, thank you for that.
Yeah, no doubt. Because most track crews, if we got a team that's running our race oil or maybe like our heavy shockproof in the rear end, when that stuff hits the racetrack or whatever, it's like every racetrack prep guy in the facility is calling us names. 'Cause
No, that never happens.
yeah. It was funny. A couple years ago, the NHRA called me and they wanted us to loop in our scientists or whatever because they're like, going, look, we got to find a way to clean up your guys' product off of the racetrack faster than what we're doing. What can we use, and stuff. And so it was pretty fun conversation, but great people, and obviously we're trying to help any way that we can. But we're
Yes, sir.
yeah.
I think another really cool thing that I've noticed with the Redline Oil just over the last couple of years, since we've kind of came into the drag racing scene and we've been on the sled pulling scene our entire lives, but the stories that Redline Oil is able to tell with the racers from the beginning, whenever they're with the Redline Team Redline Oil, right off the bat, off my head, Spencer Hyde's one of them, because I know how big of a supporter you guys were of him whenever he had Jack in the Greenstock Pro Mod, which we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But to see him grow from where he was a couple of years ago in PDRA, and now he's in a funny car at the NHRA level, I just think that's something really neat to be able to see.
And he just won NHRA Rookie of the Year, at the banquet or whatever. So yeah, Spencer's one of those guys that's just, there's just something really special about him. He's just an outstanding young man, and you're right. It's really fun to follow along, the story and be able to be a part of his story actually and stuff. So it's pretty cool deal. Love
Yes,
that guy.
sir. I can't remember what it was last year. I think it was at PRI show last year. I can't remember her name. She was fairly young, but she met her hero right there at your booth.
Oh, yeah,
I cannot remember that. I
She
cannot remember his name.
she goes by Maddie Mopar, Little Miss
That's
Maddie.
right. Oh.
And so we had it was Jim Campbell, funny car racer. Jim Campbell
That's
was in
right.
our booth, and this dude's a character. I mean, you cannot be in a bad mood when you're around Jim Campbell. So Jim's in our booth, and he's like taking over. I mean, it's like we all just kind of went and stood in the corner of our booth and crossed our arms and just let Jim was running our entire booth for us. And then little Maddie comes in, and next thing I know, he's got Maddie helping him, and talking to people, and then we had a little micro sprint racer, Eli Kennedy. He came in, and so Jim Campbell wrapped his arm around him, so he's got Eli in one hand and Maddie in the other hand, and the three of them are standing center in our booth, and I think by that point in time, I'm just standing out in the aisle. I'm just laughing and watching what's going on or whatever. So, yeah, our
Yeah.
booth at the PRI show is, it's funny because I got to talk to my boss about it all the time or whatever, because we really don't get a lot of business done at the PRI show, because it's just like party central. I mean, this is like the who's who of
Yeah.
all type of racing. And we just come hang out and bench race and do all this other type of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty good time, that's for sure.
I had somebody ask me the other day, they were like, dude, you went to PRI show last year. Like, you went for the first time. Like, why do you keep going back? And I just told him, I said, it's more about the people that you see there and the connections that you make, along with seeing all the cool stuff that everybody's coming out with for the new motorsports year.
And Shane, I talk about it. I mean, both you and Wyatt are you a little bit younger than me and Charles or whatever. Sorry, Charles. Not putting you in the
It's
old guy
okay. I call
category.
him old all the time. It's fine.
But the truth of the matter is Shane, that the importance of that is that this industry was built 100% on relationships. And it's becoming, and we talk about it all the time, right? It's kind of becoming a lost art, because all the younger generations are, here on the phone, and they miss out. And so the reason you go to the PRA show every single year, or as often as you can, is because you need those relationships in this industry. I say it all the time. It's like, if a racer comes up and asks me a question or whatever, and let's say they're just a first time little puller, and they go to one pull a year. You have to talk to them, and you treat them with respect, and hear their story and make a friend, because you know what, 2 years from now, they could have stumbled, and you find out that they're Elon Musk's long lost relative, and next thing you know, they own the entire tractor pull circuit or something. I'm exaggerating, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you have to be at those shows to meet people and to interact with people and build that network. I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, other than my wife and my kids, my friend network is the greatest thing I have in my life. And it's true.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, PRI show was big for us, and that aspect last year. I mean, we were able to come by and talk to you guys. I mean, we made multiple connections there last year. Charles, we went, hung out with you, and talked to some of your guys there at SNS Diesel and Fleece and all sorts of different booths there. But
Stay away from the Fleece guys. No, just kidding. I love those guys.
You gotta watch them. Guys. I was around them for a little bit. You gotta watch them.
Hold on a second. Hey, Chase.
Yeah, exactly. Here's what Mark just said. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, we've got a race to talk about this coming weekend. This is going to be something a lot of fun. We talked about this last year. We covered it to the best of our ability without being there last year. This year, we knew we had to go. You had the number for us. We estimated somewhere around 80 pro mods on site, from what we can tell.
Yeah, somewhere in the low 80s. I before this started or whatever, I shot Wes a text, says, "Hey, give me some info on it," and stuff like that. But and he had 94 on his list and stuff. But I know a few of them, the racers couldn't show up and stuff like that. So doing quick math, it was like, I think we discovered low 80s as far as the pro mods go. We had 50 some little gangstas, and we had 50 some true 10.5 cars. And it's just, I was at the inaugural World Series of Pro Mod that Wes had, because it was in 2017 at Bannerman Speedway. Mm-hmm. And so, I was at Bannerman at the time or whatever, and talking with Wes, and it was just, and you could just tell that he was onto something. I mean, he's always had this huge passion about drag racing in general, but there's something about the pro mod world that just really ignites Wes. And he said from the beginning, he says, "Look, I'm going to make the pro mod deal, the talk of everything." And now, with this year, actually started last year, he turned it into his 3 race, winter series, the Snowbirds, then the US Street, and then followed by the end, the World Series of Pro Mod. Wes has done an incredible job. Mike and JT helping him, and all the folks at Drag Illustrated. It's one of those deals where, and you guys know this, a high tide rises all boats, right? And that's
Mhm.
Wes. Wes loves that saying, and it's just the truth. I mean, he's just trying to lift it all up. And so, this year it's all launching. I've been watching the testing. They started testing yesterday. They're testing today, and then starting tomorrow and Thursday, the testing gets a little bit more serious, and so there's a live stream out there of it. So I've been watching all the testing in the background of my sponsorship work. Then I look at a name on a car and I look and see if they applied, and if he does good, I check it and go, "Yep, he's on." If he does bad, it's like, "Nope, he's on." No, it's a kid.
Didn't get on the track.
Nope, scratch it. So
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
I'm very fortunate. We got a lot of Team Redline Oil cars that are down there. Mike Bowman made the haul all the way from California.
Yeah.
He hooked up and drove all the way from California. So, I got Mike Bowman there trying to do his deal. And, my man, Ty Tutterow, he was the PDRA, Pro Boost World Champion this year. So Ty's down there. And so, it's going to be fun to follow along. And in the SEMA this year, we had one of Nick Janik's Pro Mod Corvettes in our SEMA booth this year. So
Okay.
he's got two of them. He had one of them that was set up for quarter mile, and he had another one that was set up as an outlaw eighth mile, but he's kind of converted both of them. He's got DJ Cox is going to be driving his other pro mod. DJ normally wheels a top alcohol funny car, so Nick's got both of his pro mods down there. And the people's champ Scott Palmer, Palmer's driving one of the J&A service machines, because last year at the World Series of Pro Mod, I think if you follow anything, you saw Scott take a pretty hard tumble at the beginning of the racetrack when the throttle hung open and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I even have a piece of the fender that he gave me when I was there, and I'm going, "No, Scott, this is kind of a morbid gift," and stuff like that. He says, "No, but take it. I expect to see it hanging up," So it's like, okay. Thanks.
Got it.
Yeah. And then we got Ethan Stedding is going to be down there. Ethan was also another PDRA world champ this year or whatever. So he's getting out of his 10.5 car, and he made a few hits in his dad's pro mod car. So he's driving a pro mod. I think Dad Kurt's down there as well. And
Yes, sir.
Kaylee Mills, the sweetheart of the world. Kaylee's part of Team Redline Oil, and she's down there. She made some strong pulls, yesterday, as close as I could tell. The clocks are off, but made some good A to B and stuff, and it'll be killer. I mean, seriously, it's like we were talking pre-show. We're talking about like the twin turbo cars down there. I'm excited to see what they do, and can one of them go 220, and that type of deal, because those twin turbo cars, when they're on, it's like, holy man, they're on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, one that stands out. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Can someone in the turbo realm actually get one of the race wins? Because it seems like in the past couple of years of either Winter Series or events like that, turbo cars are that close and they're qualifying number one, but they're not getting it done on race day.
Yeah, they struggle, right? And once again, no criticism to any twin turbo guys out there or whatever. You're doing things that I could never dream of, but I think, like we were talking before, I think those cars make almost stupid horsepower, and I think it's just hard to figure that out, 4, 5, 6 runs in a row, right? Because these cars are on the ragged edge anyway. I mean, I don't care what power combination you have. I'm really, really tight with Pat Moosey, and Pat with all of his 998 cubic inch nitrous motors. I see a lot of the tune-up setups and all that other type of stuff, and it blows me away that those with as much power as all those cars make, the fact that they can't even get to A to B at all. And so with the twin turbo guys and gals out there, it's just like, man, that's got to be a handful. You're almost more worried about detuning it than you are tuning it up
Mhm.
right? But you
Mhm.
know, it's pretty crazy deal.
Yeah, obviously one that comes to my mind has been Mark Mickey. I mean,
Oh,
he's kind of been one of the guys that we've watched the closest over the last couple of years.
yeah.
All qualifying always towards the top. And I mean, his speed's just been so much more dramatic. You know, that was one of the things we talked about was seeing them in that 218 to 219 range. But I think with the way things have progressed this year, I think we'll see 220 in Q1.
I honestly do too, to be honest with you. I don't think that, and once again, I have no idea if they've got their tongues completely hung out and 220 is so far fetched it's not even funny. But a view from the cheap seat, you know, on those twin turbo deals, it's I do. You know, we work with Jay Cox in PDRA, you know, and he has one of those twin turbo combinations in the pumpkin. But you know, he had one of those years where it's like, you know, the poor guy couldn't get anything to go right, you know, it seemed like, or whatever and stuff. And for Jay, that's pretty unusual because he's obviously extremely stout, you know, and stuff. And so he was the one that I was really watching because I know I could walk up to him in the pit area and get the inside scoop, right, and stuff. And so we'll see. But yeah, I was looking at some notes here too. It's like that Wes had sent me. And if you guys don't mind, I kind of, as we're
Oh,
talking about
definitely.
that, he
Oh,
he
how about-
talked. You know, we're talking about global participation in this deal. He says that they got racers from Australia, the Middle East, Dominican Republic, Brazil, Europe, Canada, and obviously the United States and Mexico. And so,
Wow.
so
Huh.
talk about an international affair as
I'm,
well,
I'm
right?
surprised he didn't include Russia in that. I would have thought Dimitri would have found his way into a car for somebody.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And I don't think I saw Dimitri on the list or whatever. I don't want to open that up, but yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. But he must not have found a ride. But you know, so I just don't think there's anything like it in motorsports, right? You know, and I like
Mhm.
all forms of motorsports or whatever. But I think this whole winter series and you know the being the end of it, the World Series of Pro Mod. It's just exciting. The atmosphere down there, you know, when you and Shane, you know, I mean, when you get there, there's just a vibe when you walk on that property and stuff. And Wes always says it's like a huge wedding in a little church because that place is busting at the seams everywhere. And I think that's what makes it so friggin' cool, right? Is because everything is right there on top of each other and
Did I lose him or am I the one that's
No,
losing
he's
everybody?
frozen.
He's
Okay,
frozen.
good. It's not me.
No,
Great.
not you.
For once.
Give him a second; they'll cycle through. It'll go around. But
Yeah.
he makes some
Hopefully.
really, really good points. That place just seems like some place you just walk in and it's just like a normal honky tonk place. Just you know everybody, and you know everybody's just there to have a good time.
Yeah, they are. I'll tell you what though. I mean, this feels just it's so deep with who can win it. I mean, you know, obviously we've got last year's winner coming back. Ken Cortuccio is coming back. Lyle Barnett's in it, Erica Enders, Travis Harvey, Jim Halsey, Jimmy Taylor. I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Jimmy Taylor this weekend based off of the testing he's done and with all the world record stuff and all that. I mean, is this kind of put up or shut up time for Jimmy this weekend?
I don't know how much that's true though, really, because
Now
all that
he's in
record
training.
breaking stuff was done in outlaw trim. Now he's got to be legal.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got to actually put some weight in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you guys think about the announcement from Team Shelton Motorsports and Stevie Fast Jackson with their new alliance?
I can't see how it would hurt him. I mean, I think it'd be a good alliance for them. It's only
Do we
whatever
see immediate results?
2.5
this
hours down the
weekend?
highway, you know.
Yeah. What were you saying, Shane?
Do we see immediate results this weekend?
See,
that's
I don't.
premature.
Yeah, and it also depends. What did that announcement mean? Did it mean that the partnership just started this weekend, or did it mean that it's going to be something that's going to be applied for future races? And this weekend it was only just like the signing of the contract.
Right.
I'm more inclined to think that, Wyatt. It's just like, okay, we got a deal out there, but I don't know if there's any actual hard parts in place yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess
I'll tell you the Wyatt, that we were talking about so much of was the return of Derek Ward.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that shook the world up and won the World Series of Pro Mod, does real good in PWA, and all of a sudden you just kind of, in our eyes, kind of disappeared off the face of the planet.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
we ran into him at PRI show last year.
Yeah. So
Hey, Mark, you're back.
Am I back?
Yes, sir.
I'm back. Guess I should have paid my internet bill. Dang.
Yeah. We were just sitting here talking about all the different guys that we've got. Right now, we're on Derek Ward making his return.
Yeah. Yep.
We're very excited about that. Last year's race winner for the first race in the Snowbirds, Kai Kelly, is here too.
Yeah, and he's actually driving 2 cars. I think he's got a true 10.5 car, and now he's got a authentic pro mod car. So I'm telling you that he's going to be somebody that you're going to have to reckon with. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and of course, this just shows true like how well these guys are known, because even at my work, I can mention the names like Kai Kelly and Murder Nova whenever they were in the street outlaw days, but now they've really made their name in the pro mod world and have found a lot of success. But I think last year people don't understand how impressive it really was. Kai Kelly did what he did with the car he had.
With the steel bodied or steel roof and quarter panel non-pro, I mean, I hate to say non-pro mod. I mean, obviously, but yeah, you're right. It was incredibly impressive what that young man pulled off.
Yes, it was.
His driving was spot on, and obviously the tuning is spot on. And when I saw him today, I think I saw Jeff Pierce, helping him, and stuff. And Jeff Pierce is definitely one of the top tuners that there is around. And Jeff's got that skill set. I don't care if it's a nitrous car or a Scribbling car or whatever. Jeff has it figured out. So if Kai has Jeff standing behind his car again, man, look out! It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough weekend all the way around, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
The other thing for us, though, on our side of things, is the guys from the sled pulling world that are going to be down there. Stan Shelton's going to be back with their cars. And, man, Peter Norton, we talked to Peter Norton earlier this year. He had been in a small tire car for a little bit, and then he told us out and over on the show, he's like, I've got a pro mod. He said, it's just a matter of getting out and figuring out how to drive it compared to the other cars. And but the people he's got tuning on that thing, he had some success this year. I don't know if he ever won an event this year, but he had some success.
Yeah, he was definitely a strong car. I don't think he won any events, but you line up next to him, you know that you get no slouch. He's due, right? It's like a lot of these guys, their time's coming. They're due. So
yeah. I think that's another really cool thing that it's for us. I mean, I've only been watching the World Series of Pro Mod for the last 3 years. I saw it the year that Spencer won it. Wyatt, that was actually you that got that kicked off for us. You got me into the World Series of Pro Mod and Snowbird.
You watch the first 2 races of the series and you're like, dude, as much as you're not into the world of racing more than NASCAR or what you need to pay attention because there's something happening. And it's going to move the motorsports world, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing, though, too. I mean, Wyatt will tell you, I didn't watch drag racing very much at all, if at all, besides on Sundays if I just came across it on the TV. But doing this now and being involved with this the way that we've been. And Charles, you and I mean, I've been with you on the diesel side.
Yeah.
I've grown to love drag racing more in the last 3 years. I'm just really excited to be able to go down and cover it and see these guys in their element and doing their thing for the amount of money that they're battling it out for.
Yeah, how about that $1 million bonus that Elite put up?
I know.
If one guy could pull off the win in all 3 events, a cool $1 million, and then I think it was I don't want to say it wrong, so if I'm wrong, was it Bickles or Jeffries or somebody? If you qualify number 1 at all 3 events, he's giving you a free race car next year.
Yeah, like a brand new pro mod build like that. That's
You know,
wow.
and so I think it goes back to like what Wyatt was saying, right? I mean, when things like that come together around a series, there's just something special going on, right? I mean, because it doesn't happen ever. you
Mhm.
know, it's like especially in drag racing or basically all forms of motorsports, other than I know NASCAR used to have their million, and stuff,
Mhm.
their All-Star million or whatever they called it, and obviously Formula One's in its own friggin' zip code, of things or
Yeah.
whatever. But so you kind of take those two out, it's just like, man, the opportunity to race for $1 million just doesn't happen unless you're onto something really cool.
Well, in the world of drag racing, when it comes to like this opportunity, and like there's no off season anymore for one, and
Oh,
it's presenting itself with new opportunities every year. See, I mean, past couple of years, the World Series of Pro Mod getting rebirthed, and getting that started up, and now it's a winter series, and now it's even bigger winter series. Like there's always something new. It's like what's around the corner next, and
Yeah.
that's why I think is like
Yeah.
somewhat of a reason why people keep coming back is the competition and the show is good, but what's next? What's the next big thing that's around the corner
Yeah.
that we don't know yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, even in Wes's 3 race series, I mean, let's take the million out of it. The winner of Pro Mod's going to get 50 grand. This weekend and stuff, which isn't chump change. For the U.S. Street, the winner gets 75 grand, and the World Series of Pro Mod winner gets $150,000. So
pretty good chunk of change.
even if you're not playing for the million or whatever, I mean, you're still racing for some serious deal. And it's one of those deals where, when all that first started, it's kind of one of those deals where it's like winner take all, right? And
Hmm.
and it was kind of unheard of, and it's like even in tractor pulling and things like that, they usually pay positions down, and stuff like that. And it's kind of interesting, and all I know is there ain't no splitting of the pot. You know what I'm saying? Because
No.
they're not down to 4 cars, and everybody's saying, "Oh, we'll just split this pot," because runner up would make this and quarterfinals would make this, because that's what they do it like in a lot of the million, bracket races and stuff like that. They get down to 4 cars, and the guys add up. Well, collectively, we're all going to win this much money, so let's just agree and split it equally right here, right now. And I like the fact that Wes is like going, no, this money's going to the winner. You guys ain't splitting doo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're racing for the big check, period.
Yeah.
I like it how so many times over the last several years with all of these races that they have done, particularly on Saturday night, that last round qualifying and always turns into a bump fest, and it is some of the most edge of your seat action that you could ever want to watch.
Man.
And if you're watching on Flow Racing, you've got some assistance with the excitement because Al Tucci's on the mic, but it's such a fun time to watch that go on.
Charles,
Yeah,
you and I were talking about announcing, before the show or whatever.
Yeah.
And how much respect I have for you as a professional announcer and stuff like that. And Tucci is just one of those guys. He is so awesome to know as a human being. And then he gets on that microphone, and it was like this year, the NHRA decided to bring him in and have him announce some pro mod deals or whatever. And I guarantee you, his first race, everybody in that tower probably their heads exploded, as soon as Tucci started his deal, and so it was like, he's
I admire his excitement. It's a style that I can't do. I don't do that. I can't do that. The thing I admire even more about him is he knows everybody. If you listen to him on a call, he's pointing up in the stand 40 rows up. Hey, there's Jimmy. Look at you smiling up there, Jimmy.
I know.
How does he know everybody?
Yeah, he's just that guy. That's his personality, and he's just, it's kind of reminds me of an old saying. We have a friend, a customer by the name of Mike Copeland, and he's got a company, Diversified or whatever. And Mike Copeland always used to say the thing. It's like, it's not how many names you have in your phone. It's how many people in your phone will answer if you call them. You know, and Al Tucci's one of those guys where I guarantee, I
Mhm.
don't care who it is anywhere, if Al Tucci calls you, you're answering the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Redline Motorsports Media is here. He said, I was just thinking about my man Mark Beatty, and boom, here he is.
Mr. Mustache.
Yeah. I hope I get a chance to meet him this weekend.
Oh, seriously, he is a wonderful human being, and I don't know if his wife is with him, and his wife's even better than he is. So don't tell him I said that. But there's something super special about his wife. But yeah, he's a great human being.
Yeah. That's another thing too. I mean, just making the connections on our side for the media part of it. You know, we've been able to get a couple of the guys that we've met at these races to go to on the sled pulling side of things and shoot there. You know, that's been really cool to be able to cross reference it.
And I'm telling you, there, all those, like I use that Robert Richardson kid, you know, for some things or whatever, and they all say that. It's like, Mark, man, if you ever need me for any type of racing, any type of, I think they really, really enjoy that. And I think the more that we can take media people like that and cross them over, right? Have them shoot here, have them shoot here, have them do here, have them do there. It's good for all of us. It's good for everybody in motorsports or everybody in power sports, right? Because his following, that he has personally, or Mr. Mustache, or any of their personal following, they're probably used to see him at drag racing. Well, now all of a sudden you invite him to a tractor pull, or you invite him to a diesel show, or you invite him to this. Well, you're going to expose all of his following to something that, maybe they haven't seen before. And all it takes is two or three of them to go, well, that's super friggin' cool. And all of a sudden we got new fans that have crossed
Yeah,
over, right? And stuff. So
absolutely.
yeah, I love that. I think that whole group of media people, like yourself, what you guys are doing, it's just simply good for everybody. And I and
Oh
I
yeah.
commit and I commend you for everything that you're doing.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But he said, I'll be there tomorrow. Yes. Um
Mindy is
Mindy,
amazing.
yeah.
That's his wife. That's his wife.
I don't want to botch the last name.
Medic. Yep. So
Medic.
yeah,
Okay.
we have our deal that we every year we feature. Sorry, I could talk. See,
Oh, you're
Charles,
good.
you can tell I'm an announcer, right? Charles
Yeah.
is just like crack a door open and I'm freaking gone. We do a feature every year, and we call it the Women of Power. And stuff, to where we feature women that are on Team Redline Oil. And this year we featured, I think it was 34 women. And it's just a social campaign, and it's all organic, right? And we had over a 2 million reach, in this all organic campaign. and
Wow.
and and Mindy was one of the gals that we featured or whatever, and it was awesome. I don't want to say it surprised me, because that's not fair to her, but it surprised me, the following that she has. Hubby thinks
Hmm.
he's this really cool deal, and he is, because he's got this cool mustache. But it's like, I think Mindy's bigger hit than what he is. So
Yeah.
it's really fun to feature all of the women and of power sports and motorsports that we do. So it's our favorite social campaign we do every year.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, I think I read some of that. I don't remember if I read the whole thing or not.
Yeah. Yeah. We do an awful lot of that. So yeah, let's go back. I want to, sorry, I hope you guys don't mind, but I love this, because nobody can talk like Wes Buck can talk, right?
Oh yeah, for
And I
sure.
just, because I asked him, I says, hey Wes, let's make sure that when we're talking about your deal, that we hit everything up right and stuff. And so, um, gosh, yeah, we talked about the prize money. Uh-oh, what do we miss?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not touching that. Yeah, I'm
Nope.
not. Nope. Let's move on. Let's move
Next.
on. Yeah, yeah, let's move on. So
Deleted.
No,
I
that's
don't
a
know.
story.
I don't know how.
This is really cool. I like what Wes says here, because we'll talk about it, right? He says it's high level racing with street fight energy.
Yeah, I read that on one
Isn't
of the
that
posts that he had today. And the
is
amount of call outs that I've seen and the amount of back and forth I've seen going between these racers, we could never get away with that in the sled pulling world at all. Letter
okay?
A, because we're always in competition and like we don't ever have a way to be able to do it, really. But also we'd hurt somebody's feelings doing that.
And I wondered about that too, right? Because I'm old school, and so it's like we were talking about when Street Outlaws first came out. It's like that whole TV show was about a bunch of guys arguing and fighting in the pits, right?
Mhm.
And all that other type of stuff. And I didn't get that at first. I was looking at that going, well, this just sheds a bad light
Mhm.
on racers, because we're not all that way. But I think the good thing that came of it is it kind of thickened everybody's skin.
Uh-oh. Do we lose?
They might
Is
have
it
lost.
me? Dang
That's
it.
not you.
He was
I mean,
heading down the right road.
I know where he's going with it, though, and he's correct in that that's what you're seeing. But then they all, once the cameras are turned off or whatever, it's over for the night. They're all in somebody's trailer laughing themselves silly about it because they're
Oh,
all in
yeah.
on the joke.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of wish where polling would be some days if the guys would actually just stir up a little something, but you won't ever see it. If they do, like you said, they get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, I think it can be done the right way, though, but it's just also different from what we see in drag racing, too, because you can't line up side by side with somebody and do it. It's just
Yeah,
different.
the mano a mano aspect is missing from polling to be able to do that. You can't
Yeah.
just go call somebody out like, hey, off the trailer, let's go. Like polling doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of variables in drag racing as well, probably more than pulling overall. But the way that our tracks can change in almost 2 seconds flat, it's kind of incredible.
Yeah.
I hate that we lost him, though. Yep, you're heading down to Orlando this weekend too, aren't you, bud?
Yeah, go down do the NTPA's festivities and then come over on Sunday and hang out with you during the day.
Oh yeah, you are going to be able to make the trip over.
Yes, sir.
So, do we want to kind of sort through what our picks are for these? Head into
For winter series?
Nope, Mark's back.
So just snowbirds, or we ride or die on the whole winter series with these?
I mean, I can ride or die on the whole winter series. I can do that.
I can do that.
Because I know there's a heavy favorite based upon what he did last year, but if he can do it again, we'll see.
I don't know, Mark. We were just talking to like what our thoughts are going to be heading into this winter series, like who the picks to win the whole thing.
Leave it to the oil guy to have problems staying connected, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
They must be doing work in our neighborhood. I don't know what it is. So
like I say,
yeah.
your internet's not too slick. You're gonna have to put something on that.
Yeah, no.
I'm due for an oil change.
Yeah.
But where I was going with that, Charles, is obviously as you an announcer, is the fun thing would be is like, even if you guys could just find a way and it's just $20 or $25, to kind of create that, when everybody's lined up getting ready to pull, what a fun thing for an announcer to talk about, right? To the crowd to build the hype,
Yeah. I've seen it happen one time and the stakes were 5,000 aside.
Yeah.
And it was really cool, but almost nobody was there to see it, which was the bummer part about it.
Yeah.
Who was that? Was that Wayman and
Kincaid? Yep.
Oh, that what? Oh, it was them two. Oh,
yeah.
And nobody saw it.
Well, it was the last thing at the end of the night at the fall event that Wagler used to do, which was never really super well attended anyway.
Right.
It was right at the end of the night, and I mean, people were hyped. Those of us, the 100 of us that were there, were hyped
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you the other thing that we tried to do too, Charles. Remember last year for the indoor season with the 4-1?
Yeah.
Mark, we have a winter event where there's a class in particular where Wisconsin has pretty well had its way with all the other guys the last couple of years. And our promoter was willing to pay out money to any tractor. Was it any tractor that made the finals just alone?
I think it was.
I think that's how that
I
went.
think it was
Put me on
any
the spot.
state
I don't
that
remember.
I think it was any tractor or vehicle that was not from either Wisconsin or Minnesota, because it was pretty well just white clean from those two states.
Yeah, like Southern representation was
Literally, those two states were just wiping the floor.
But then we also had teams from like the respective organizations that were supposed to team up, but unfortunately, Mother Nature got us last year.
Yeah.
I think from preventing that one.
Yeah.
But that's just, like I said, that's just fun stuff to do. Like I said, when it first hit in drag racing, for example, it was strange. And I know, like in the road race world, especially like a lot of the BMW cars that are all together, I know that they have those inner team challenges going on. Before they go out and qualify. They got the side bets happening about who's going to qualify better, things like that. But it's
Right.
fun for an announcer when it's happening, because you can really build up the hype at that point in time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And see, Charles, I think what you need to do is just at the next event, just make it up. Just say, "Oh, I just got word. This guy right here just challenged this other guy over." Just put the pressure on him.
I feel
Just
like
make
there's
it
a
up.
class we could do that in.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, this Jimmy Taylor and Donald Long thing just going back and forth, it just keeps getting better and better. I just saw the shirt that Taylor had put up that's going to be available December 3rd.
Oh,
Duck being Duck, he's got his spoon out today.
Yes, he does.
yeah. I'm sure.
It's been fun to watch. It seems like every time I open up my feed, though, it's like, oh, well, this is just getting better.
Have you guys ever met him?
No.
I have not. No.
I never have either, or whatever and stuff. So I'm one of those ones that just kind of read it from a distance, and stuff. So
I think the amount of drag racers that I've actually met, I can count on one hand, to be honest with you.
well, that'll change by the time you're coming back from Florida, right?
This is only my third one I've ever been to.
All right. Well, I gotta, off air or whatever it needs to be. I'm gonna send you a list of people to go introduce yourself to, Shane. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like obviously like Nick Janik and stuff out of Vegas and his pro mods, and his wife Taylor drives a top alcohol dragster, but she's not with him this weekend. But there's a handful of racers that you need to walk up and shake their hand and introduce yourself to, and things like that. So.
we can definitely do that.
Just an amazing group. It's like even like Ty Tutterow, and their Wild Motorsports, company that they have, and obviously they make the Ty drive. I think a lot of I don't think a lot, but I know that they help some tractor pull guys, as well, and stuff like that. So
I don't know if they've helped any tractor pullers that I know of, but they do work with the Fire Punk guys on the diesel duster, because they're running a 5-speed Liberty behind the Cummins engine, and it does have a tie drive in it.
Yeah, but I thought when I was talking to Wayne, their guy or whatever, I thought at one point in time he brought up that they were doing some motors or helping some guys either with tune-ups or something like that. And
that could be. That could be.
Probably
in that pull world or whatever stuff. And
that could be.
Out there in North Carolina, you never know what they're going to be tuning on.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and they're obviously his dad Todd Tutterow, they call him King Tut. There isn't anything that King Tut hasn't raced in and won in and stuff like that. But Shane, you gotta walk over and introduce yourself to them and tell them that I sent you and things like that, because it's just great people.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure we do that for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it a goal of mine. I'm obviously going to shoot stuff for ours, but I really want to add to our relationships and stuff like that while we're going out there.
Yeah, because I need to do the same thing. I need to Charles needs to invite me to a pulling event or a diesel event or whatever, and
Absolutely, man.
I
Anytime.
need, I need to come hang out in the announcer booth next year or whatever and make
More than
fun
welcome
of
to.
you. You know,
I'll tell you
so,
what are you doing in January?
working on sponsorship applications. Why? What are you thinking? What should I be doing in January?
We've got an indoor pool that you need to be at.
Okay, send me the info on it. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, where's it at?
Cloverdale, Indiana. It's in the CBRC Expo. It's a rodeo arena that turns into a tractor pull madhouse for about 3 days. You know,
Very
we
cool.
start Thursday morning and we go till Saturday night.
If you head west out of Indy down 70, it's about an hour drive.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a hard biting track. Our promoter, Clint Tucker, he's got what we pretty much call the Tucker glue that he puts in that track, and their tractors are hitting the wheelie bars and riding it all the way down through there. It's awesome.
That would be. But see, I got to teach you something. In mid-January, y'all need to be like in southern Florida. you're freaking. What, you want to check my snow shoveling skills with Wyatt? You know,
We would love to do that if we could figure out how to convince 350 semis worth of pullers to go down there. We would.
Yeah.
I don't think it's hard to find a southern venue at all. It's
No.
just
I don't
getting the
know.
other guys to go that direction.
Getting people
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Heck.
right now, I think whenever I looked last today, we're at like 276, 277 for entries so far over the period of 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go to that. You gotta send me information on that. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
yeah, definitely. We can.
Charles,
Right.
you saw how hard it was for guys to go to the banquet for NTPA in Orlando. Now imagine a poll during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just
Yeah.
It's been a
just
struggle.
you just need to step it up, and you just need to put up $1 million.
What's
We've
the Powerball
got-
up to?
There's something along those lines. I guess kind of along those lines brewing now with pulling, with the IHRA Pro Pulling League Alliance and everything with the Fent High Stake Series and stuff. I think that's something along those lines. It's going to start up. We don't know a ton about it, but
Yeah.
it's going to be
We'll find out
something
probably
different.
a lot more here in about 10 days.
Yeah,
today.
that's a whole nother topic with what we're so far from the
Man.
track illustrated races. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, everything that the
This is fun.
IHRA getting into the circle track business, getting into boat racing, getting into
Goodness.
tractor pull,
Yeah.
getting into it's just it's interesting to watch. I mean, it's like we all are just praying and rooting and fingers crossed that what he's got going on is sustainable, and is awesome. But it's just like man, it's crazy what he's got going on.
It's so much,
Yeah.
between,
Isn't that the truth?
I mean, circle track, drag boats, throw
Yeah.
pulling into the mix, throw drag racing into the mix, and now you're reviving these tracks.
yeah,
It's like, wow.
yeah. It's
Now I'm all for Memphis coming back because that's only 3 hours from my house.
okay.
Of all of them, I want that one.
Yeah, yeah.
You better wear our body armor though if you go to that place.
Oh,
Fair,
Not a nice neighborhood.
fair. That's very fair, sir. I was
just to go
thinking
hard
it, you
left.
just said it out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love how there was a pause after that one.
None of us knew what to say. We're all like going, I don't know how to follow that.
No, but the fact that they've got it on their schedule in November, though, which down here, first week in November, you're still okay as far as weather
For
goes.
what the facility condition is, they're going to need that long to rehabilitate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There was another one that caught my eye. I think it was in Georgia.
The Return of Commerce,
Commerce,
Georgia, which NHRA sold.
Yeah.
NHRA owned that track originally.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Really?
It was supposed to be converted to warehouses. The track is still there, but they wiped the property clean. There's no stands, no tower, nothing.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that doesn't seem to bother this guy, and
No.
stuff. So I know he's in the mix trying to buy the
Yeah.
Virginia racetrack.
Yeah, Redline, we'll make sure we'll send you the info for that too.
Oh, there you go, Jerry. See Jerry stepping up, saying, "Hey,
I kind of struggle to see the Franklins letting go of that place.
Where
yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I talk with them a lot, because they
are they
also
coming down this weekend?
they're the ones that own the PDRA. What's that?
Yeah, are they coming down to race this weekend?
Is this me or you guys losing it?
Probably you.
No, I don't think so. They're trying to sort through it. Right now. The nitrous cars are. If you're a nitrous car, you feel like you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. With the rules set down there, and so I don't know. I mean, the nitrous guys and gals, there's no doubt about it. They run their cars with their friggin' tongues hanging out every single pass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the boosted, or like we were talking earlier about the twin turbo and things like that. I think there's wiggle room that the nitrous guys and gals probably don't have now. Now, like in the Midwest Pro Mod Association or series, they actually can use a third nitrous bottle. They call it a push system, to where they can push nitrous through. And there's lots of, once again, not pretending that I'm a nitrous expert. So please, anybody listening, I'm not saying that at all, but there's appears to be lots of pros and cons about that. There's concerns and things like that. And so in the nitrous world, that would be the only way they feel that they could maybe be competitive, but a lot of the nitrous teams aren't willing to run that risk or that challenge of using a push system. So long answer for an easy question. The Franklins won't be there. I think they're going to head down for the World Series of Pro Mod, because they can use that as a great, if nothing else, as a great test session to get ready for their Redline Oil PDRA series and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
And then obviously they challenge, Pat Moosey never ever sleeps. I mean, he's constantly trying to find more horsepower and stuff. And so, you can't really make the motors any bigger than what they are. They're kind of maxed out at that 998-ish, range or whatever, but he's constantly tweaking, trying to find something. So the nitrous guys and gals just need a little something. And the way that they've historically tried to do it is that they just do it with weight break, right? But you can't get the nitrous cars, the majority of them, any lighter than what they already are. I mean, somebody like Amber Franklin, who, might weigh $110, or something like that. That's a different story. She might have the ability, but you put a Marcus Butner or a Tommy Franklin in a car or whatever, that, they just physically weigh more. It's impossible. You can't get the car light enough. So taking weight off the nitrous cars is just it's a challenge. So I think Wes and Mike and the Drag Illustrated team, I think they do a phenomenal job trying to balance the rules through all of those power combinations, right? But you're never going to please everybody. It's just simply impossible. And I'm sure you guys hear about that all the time in all kinds of other series, circle track series. How much left weight can a car have versus right weight, et cetera, et cetera. It's just every series, everyone out there it's trying to manage that rule package and trying to keep a level playing field it's never ending challenge.
Yeah.
Going up and down the list trying to figure out, I'm sure there'll be a small handful of nitrous cars there that are going to be there. The names that I see announced so far, like Haney and Halsey, I think, are the only two that stand out to me as being nitrous cars.
And I know both them, and once again, I definitely don't want to get myself in trouble, because I'm not saying they aren't, because I truly don't know. I know both those cars have at least ran or tested the push system. So West might be allowing the push system there, so both those cars might be running the push system.
Good question.
Which would be good. But I'd be honest with you, I don't know where they're at. I mean, both those guys make serious power either
Mhm.
way. Keith is moosey powered and stuff like that, and I think I don't know who Halsey is as well. I can't remember what
I
Jim has
think
for.
so.
I think something tells me that he's also a moosey car, but yeah. So, but I
Yeah.
heard there was going to be a couple of nitrous guys there or whatever. And it doesn't surprise me that it's not those two, because
Mhm.
Keith is such a character, man. I love
Yes, he is.
I
Keith
love
Haney.
that dude. Yes, I love
Yeah.
that dude.
So I saw his car at PRI show last year, and I saw the first thing that I saw in the window was like, "You know what my name is?" I'm like,
you know my name.
I'm like,
no, I
"Do
don't.
I?"
And then I had to
This is the
explain
first
to
time
you,
I'd ever
like,
seen
hey,
the. Yeah, it was the first time I'd ever seen the car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, that's how young, like in my drag racing knowledge of who people are and all that stuff, I was.
The
Yeah.
Black Mamba.
Yeah, that was it.
now it's
And
the
now-
Black Widow.
And now he's got his new Corvette. Obviously he's got the Black Mamba down at World Series, or excuse me, at the Snowbirds and stuff like that. He says he might bring the Corvette to the World Series of Pro Mod. We'll see what he does. But
How will that work for the points then? Do the points just go to the driver?
Driver. The driver can
Yeah.
only drive one vehicle.
yeah, but
Hmm.
once again, so it just goes to the driver.
It's the same thing with the polling is probably the only motorsport that I know of that it goes to the competition vehicle and not the driver.
Yeah, and
It
that-
makes it
that's
a lot of
interesting.
fun though. You remember back in the earlier like 2013, 2014, whenever a heavy super stock guy had a hook up here in the north and the light super stock had to go south and they had to find a substitute driver they trusted to drive their vehicle to stay in the points race. That's whenever it gets fun.
Yeah,
Or
To
that
answer
one
the-
time where
To answer the question on the push system of nitrous, at least according to the Winter Series official webpage, it does not say you can't for the nitrous
Okay.
combination.
all right.
Doesn't say you can either.
Well, I mean, if
But
it
if
says
it says you
that-
can't,
if you can't, that means they are. You can.
Yeah.
welcome to the gray area.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean somebody did it.
Yeah, and once again, please want to be careful, because I don't know if Jim and Keith are or not, so I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to make a statement that they're, and it really doesn't matter. I mean, if it's allowed, and if you have the tune-up figured out and you can make it happen, man, go for it.
Oh
it's
yeah.
not, it's not like it's taboo in any way, shape, or form.
No.
And stuff like that. So no, it's if they can figure it out, that's awesome. So especially with Keith. So he's, like I said, love that dude.
Yeah. I'll have to make sure I find him too.
Yeah.
We
And
wanna get
first
to
thing,
our-
you do, first thing you do is you walk up to him and ask him what his name is. Hey, what's your name?
I am the dude that will do that. And he knows I'll do it.
It's what you need to do is just tell him that, hey, Mark Beatty told me to come up and ask what your name is. that way you don't get in too much trouble. So
Then you'll get a call, be like, "Hey, who you keep sending over my trailer?"
exactly. Yeah. I'll get a text. Yeah, that's funny.
Like, who's this kid that has a southern accent that you sent to my trailer that I've never seen before in my life? And he's bigger than I am.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Most of everybody's bigger than he is.
I was gonna say everybody's bigger than Keith. That's not a problem there. So that's funny. But yeah, it all in all, Shane, I hope you have a wonderful time down there. It's epic, and it's special, and it's exciting. And it's a bunch of great people. Make sure and find Jerry from Redline Motorsports Media and
Oh, definitely.
say hi to him and get him that invite to the tractor pulls and stuff like that. Like I said, let's just spread the word. Let's cross pollinate, and let's just do all this the right way.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, do y'all want to try to make predictions for this weekend and who the overall winners are?
Oh, I thought we were gonna do like a pick 'em or something. We're not gonna put Mark on the spot. He can laugh at us for our choices if he wants, but
Yeah,
Oh, so
Mark.
he's
Mark
got too
has
many
to go
irons.
last. He's the expert here.
Man. So Mark's pick is you're going to fill in the blank. It's just going to be a member of Team Redline Oil. Period. That's all I care about.
Well
Touche.
said.
Fair point.
Just one of them. You know, I got probably about 10 or 11 of them there. So it's like any one of those 10 or 11, and I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
All right.
now I want to hear your guys' picks. This will be good.
Eldest, go first.
Oldest go first. I don't know if he's going to win or not. I don't know if he's going to do a darn thing, but I really want to see him do really well. Manny Bajinga.
Okay.
That
Okay.
I do not fault you for that. That's actually pretty good.
Okay.
You got the name right too.
God.
I would hope I would. A job. Hello.
Yeah. The thing about it is, like, one thing you've noticed over the past few years of like the Winter Series itself and all races is like the first two are someone you kind of think would win. World Series Pro Mod is someone just completely unexpected.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Go for it.
Oh Jesus, this is gonna be hard. You know what? I think he's gonna keep on. If he's in the same car as he was when he won IHRA, I'm gonna go with Ethan Stedding.
Yeah.
Now-
Ethan's stout.
Ethan's a stud.
Mm-hmm. Team Redline Oil car, so I'd be good with that one.
Because kid does a dang good job. So
Maybe.
I don't know, man. Because here was the thing. I had his dad in my mind. Now I feel like I've got to go somewhere different.
it's hard. There's with that many.
It is. I'm sitting here
You-
going
you
through the
have
list
an endless
now. Like,
list,
I've got
but-
Drag Illustrated's page pulled up here, and I'm like, oh my God, no.
Heck, I got my 3 pick for the whole Winter Series plus 2 alternates. Come on, what are you doing?
Jeez Louise. You've watched this a little longer than me, sir.
I mean, I've got my other alternates, but just picking one singular winner was the hard part.
I don't.
Yeah, it's tough because and you'll know whoever you pick if they get through and win Snowbirds, then that next race pressure is on.
It is a massive bullseye, and the red light is right here.
Yeah.
How are y'all going to leave King Cortuccio alone? That's what I don't understand.
See,
Because lightning hasn't struck twice in this deal yet.
Because he was only a thousandths off of winning 2 races last year, but he only won 1.
Yep.
I thought you won 2 out of 3.
Mm-mm.
He was a runner up, then he won it, then he got out like 3rd round in World Series. There's a lot of names in there.
I'm going to go Kurt Stedding. I've got a feeling.
The Stedding family. Nice. If I had to pick, and I'm in to
Completely unbiased way.
yeah, I can't do that. Sorry, it's going to be Team Red. To me, Ty Totoro.
See, that was another
Crap.
telling-
I didn't see his name on here.
When you got King Tut in your ear behind your car, and Ty can drive, but I'm telling you, the other one that is, you know, it's like we talked about Charles. You know, somebody kind of out of left field or whatever always comes in and does this deal. I'm telling you, Kaylee Mills.
Ooh.
Kaylee
okay.
Mills has that car dialed in, and she's awesome. So
Well, we were talking before about guys that, you know, just up and coming or like this past couple of years just dominated. What a Randy Weatherford. He was on a
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah, exactly. It's like I said, so it's really tough, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see Kaylee win and have the first female winner, right?
Absolutely. I'm actually going to change mine.
Talk about a great story, but
Yeah, I'm not going with Kurt for mine. I'm going to go Melanie Salemi. She's had too good of a year.
yeah, she's okay. That's
The
solid.
thing about it is, it with that many names, there's still a 32 car field that's not going to qualify that could win.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the things I love about it.
Yeah,
And my question is, if he doesn't qualify between now and February when the next race is, how many laps is Victor Alvarez going to put on his car at his own track trying to figure it out?
Oh man,
A lot.
oh man,
lot.
yeah, he won't sleep at night. He'll be out.
No,
running the
he
car
will
up and
run
down
that car.
racetrack. Yeah, because what the U.S. Street is what January 23rd ish or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's in January. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in January or whatever. You're right. Victor will have to freshen up his motor a couple of times because he'll put so many laps on that
He'll
car.
borrow Garrett's and just pound on that one too.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
Is that one?
isn't it crazy when you stop and think about that? You get put on the spot to try and pick somebody, and it's just like, then you start listening and looking at that list, and it's just like,
Yeah, but what about? Yeah, but what about?
Any-
Yeah, but what
any
about?
of it. I mean,
Really? Yeah.
that's what's so crazy cool, and no disrespect to any of my
Of them.
top fuel cars or NHRA cars or whatever, but you got a 16 car top fuel field, and you realize that there's without a lot of luck, right? Without a lot of luck and a few breaks, there's really only 4 or 5 cars that can probably win an NHRA national event, right? That's got the money and the parts and the bank to do that. And stuff, but you take this deal, the Drag Illustrated series, and you take 80 plus cars, and it's just like, man, there's not a deadbeat in the friggin' group. There's just not,
and it does not matter the power adder either.
No, it's just somebody's gonna have, there's a handful of them that are gonna have bad weekends, right? So that happens, but somebody's gonna have a phenomenal weekend, a type of deal. And it's just so it just kind of comes down to who's.
And then, like we said, there will be that one car that's just going to come out of left field, and we're going to be like, "What?"
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
my
like-
pick.
yeah.
My pick for that is Kaylee Mills. Everybody's underestimating. Well, if you can underestimate Kaylee, it's not like she's unknown, but
Where does she run at primarily?
I think
I don't guess I've seen her.
Midwest.
Does she?
Bromont.
Okay.
She's from Oklahoma, isn't she?
Yep.
Hmm.
So, like I
That's
said,
All
all
right.
serious too. That one's building quick.
yeah.
All right. Overall series winners go.
Oh shit!
I got mine.
Go for it.
Randy Weatherford.
Oh, okay.
I know I
like
fired. I know there's a lot of different options. I think the man just keeps on a roll.
Is anybody writing these down by chance?
I have been actually, yeah.
That a boy.
Leave it to Charles. Thanks, dude.
Well, no, we will. I'll go back and put it in a graphic and probably put it up either tomorrow.
Yeah, I wrote yours down too, Mark.
morning. One of those.
Thanks.
Mark, you're gonna get crucified by your own customers.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly right. Overall winner, Team Redline Oil. End of the story. No more conversation. I get it.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, on the graphic it says here, no reference to this point in the video. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not being totally recorded, Mark, because it's not going to save to my computer. Like they can't blame the guy who hosted the show. Once Facebook deletes it, it's gone.
All right, the other two that are supposed to.
Yeah. I'll go overall winner, Ty Tuttle again.
It's not a bad pick at all.
That's not a bad pick whatsoever.
Nope, not a bit.
Yeah.
Charles, what's yours? I feel like yours is going to be the.
See, no
Out of
matter who you
nowhere.
say, it's not going to be a bad pick
No, it's not. And
No.
because, like, a leader going into the World Series of Pro Mod can somehow just not qualify,
right.
and then the
No,
points
for sure. I wanted to say Lyle Barnett, but I feel like he's got too many irons in the fire to concentrate, so I'm going to go with Justin Bond.
Okay. All right. That's a good one too. That's a stout. Dang. Yeah.
See, then you get the NHRA names in there, and then you got to consider, well, you got a lot of drivers that are like Aaron Stanfield.
I know.
Is Antron Brown? Does he have a car this time?
Yeah.
No, he's helping with Brian Karate, but Bo Butner's driving it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's what I was going to say.
okay.
Him and Corrado went together on. Yeah.
It's hard.
Give
on
me
the
Mark
clock.
Mickey.
Holy cow, that's awesome. Good for
Good
you.
pick. Good pick.
I like
We're
hey,
putting the turbo guys over the hump.
I like that. See, that might be that might be the push the twin turbo guys need or whatever. So good for you,
Hey man,
Shane.
I come from a world that's based around turbos. I gotta stick true to it.
There you go. That's killer. That's killer. That's once again, there's no bad choice.
He
So
finished pretty good in the standings last year, didn't he? Like I'm not picking this out of left field,
He was
right?
like fifth.
yeah, probably.
He
So,
was like fifth out of like 70. So
yeah, I guess that's pretty good. But yeah, all right.
I can't
So
believe we
what-
left him
so-
alone for the race winner, though. Wow. I like it though.
Yeah, I think we're all just worried about the consistency of a twin turbo
Mhm.
car
well,
winning.
and this is off topic. I don't know this for sure, but doesn't Mickey still have the record for most consecutive number one qualifiers?
Probably.
I think so.
Probably.
In the winter
He could.
season. I think so.
He's a serious contender for that snagging number one qualifier in all three races, though. No joke.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
He's a
I wouldn't
serious
argue it.
contender for that.
Yeah, he may be having a new Bickle car next year. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, I wouldn't put
Yeah.
that. Okay, so what does the winner get? Between the four of us, we got to figure out what the prize is.
I'm dying respect and unlimited kudos.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much what we go off of.
Sold.
Dang.
And
Pretty
the ability
much.
to talk trash until next year.
Yep.
Okay.
That's whenever we all get in our group chats like, oh no, this one's gonna do this. Like, no, I won this series.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we do.
All
but
right, guys. Well, I need to fly if that's okay. I can get
Yes,
back
sir.
to-
totally
Mr. Mark,
fine.
thank you very, very much. Man, this
Yeah.
has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was
that's-
a lot of fun. I don't think we solved anything, but we sure had fun trying.
No.
So
That's it.
Yep. Hopefully you get to
So-
come down this weekend.
yeah, me too. If I do, I'll look you up for sure. I'll find you if I can escape, no question about it. And if I don't,
Yes, sir.
I'll see you at PRI next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you very
All right.
much.
All right,
See
Thank
you.
you, Mark.
See you, Mr.
Thanks,
Mark. Man, y'all, this has been a fun show. I guess now we can kind of jump into the news of the day.
I'll give him
I know.
credit. He's probably the most talkative guest we've ever had, like consistently throughout.
Yeah. I give it. Yeah.
Makes him a good salesman.
It makes it easy.
Bingo.
Makes our jobs easy. But no, I was really surprised to see the news from John Force Racing today with oh crap,
Alexis
Wyatt.
Alexis,
Alexis, yeah. I was really surprised to see it.
Reunion with Neff and JFR.
Yeah. I mean, who fills the other seat though?
that is the question.
Now, here's the real question though. Is that last seat a fuel car or a funny car?
Funny
think
car, because it does say in
funny.
the release 3 funny cars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
TJJ?
Don't know.
Hope
Where's
so.
where's Proc going though?
You're
Is
going
it
to find
going
out
to
at
Canada?
the Ford Global Motorsports Exposition January 15th from Michigan Central Station that he is going to be in Bob Tasca's car with dad and brother tuning. That's what I think is going to be the answer.
Yeah. I was hoping we'd get that thing
Now,
at PRI though.
You think that
It'll be
he's-
January 15th per Bob Tasca.
We'll be in
But you-
Cloverdale then.
You think that Bob will be out of the seat, not just a second car?
Nope, he fired everybody, so
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, you
I
clean
think it's gonna
everybody
be one
out.
car.
Wes, thank you, sir. That means a lot.
Much
Hopefully, we
appreciated,
will
Wes.
see you this weekend.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll be catching it for sure in the middle of the snow here.
Yeah,
Wish I was going to that sunny place in Bradenton, but gosh dang Iowa.
Yep. right now I'm
I
sitting here
plane
looking
ticket.
at,
Come on.
I'm looking at 27 degrees on my thermostat, and I'm going to be looking at 80 degrees in Florida all day, every day. I will take that, sir. Thank you very much. If I had a ding, I would have it.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I was considering what I need to pack, and I went, "Oh, I don't need pants, just shorts. Cool."
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need dress pants there, sir.
Well, I'll need the suit for one night, but
Yeah. Yep. Charles, you're going to be at the NTPA banquet in Orlando Saturday, as we said earlier, but then you're coming down on Sunday. Are you packing the lens with you, or are
I'm
you
bringing
leaving it
one
home?
camera and one lens, and that's it.
Okay.
I don't want to travel with 40 pounds of gear. I'm not going to do that, but I will bring one.
That will be me. I guess you can just use my camera if you want to.
No, that's fine. I'll bring mine. I'm good.
Okay.
It ain't no big deal to bring one. I just didn't want to bring all of them, and I definitely don't want to bring the telescope because, good God.
I'm bringing I'm bringing my version of my telescope. I'm bringing 2 cameras, a laptop, a card reader, backup batteries. I mean, yeah, TSA is gonna be a lot of fun going through Nashville. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
Although TSA in Nashville's gotten pretty good, you don't have to take anything out of your bag here lately. So
it's been
will.
over a year since I've had to do that, and which is nice. I guess I don't understand. Maybe it's a difference in the scanners at various airports you go to bring Wes. I'm bringing my iPhone.
Yeah, Wes, I'll probably be using mine too as start line shots for us probably. But I'm really excited to. The one car I really want to make sure I get around those Jason Harris's car with a throwback to the Pro Stock car. Did you see that thing, Charles?
Yeah, I did.
Car.
Yeah, that thing is gorgeous.
If and you haven't yet, but I'm going to say it again for my neighbor, Shake Fries Sorceress. Get a close thing.
I want to see it too. Hopefully, see Alex make a pass in it. I'm looking forward to seeing the Jet.
Alex made it pretty clear he's only testing the car. He's not going to race.
He's not competing. Yeah, I'll just be curious to see him run.
Yeah,
the Night of Fire is going to be a lot of fun though too.
That would be. I'm trying to think if It's been a long time since I've seen jet cars. It's been a while.
I've never seen one.
Oh, they're cool. They are cool.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Cordova the last time I saw those.
Yeah,
it's been a long time. So
yeah, man. But any other news that we need to cover through? I think that was the biggest thing. IHRA named a new president today. She's going to be pretty much overseeing everything.
Yeah,
from what I read.
I did see that announcement. I got to admit, my work day got the better of me, which it's supposed to.
You mean you're doing your actual real life job?
Nothing else got on my radar. I didn't have any other notes.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll have something for you guys breaking from Orlando as well. And I mean, I'll be posting as much as I possibly can.
There's just a lot of stuff this weekend in general. Not only the Winter Series. I mean, we got the banquet this weekend for NTPA, but there's also the Badger State banquet, and there's the Dome.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yep.
The Dome this weekend, St. Louis dirt track race, which everybody's just been revealing all of their looks for this one. And I'm surprised. Like that's like with Jason Harris and the Harold Denton car. I'm surprised it's not more like different types of wraps or something just happened for Winter Series, like throwback looks or different sponsors, just like hey, throw a new color on. I mean,
yeah,
it'd be cool, but I don't think it's made it there yet. But yeah, that one's this weekend too.
Yeah, and all my pollers that are watching this, if you're planning on going to Cloverdale, go ahead and get signed up. And if you're we need a Deutz. Charles, we've got to know a Deutz tractor between the two of us that's a light limited, because we have got really every other make and model.
I talked to Zach Kramer on, I guess it was Sunday. It's going to be hard for him to do it for a couple different reasons. He didn't flat out say no, but it's probably going to be a no for him, and I get why he doesn't want to do it.
Are we talking
about tends to fall in the right place?
What's that?
Yes.
We're talking about Lemon Supers. Has nobody called the one out of Monroe, Wisconsin? Hawthorne?
Can you?
I don't know him.
I don't know him either.
Mayhill. Mayhill, where are you?
Yeah, we need to. I would love to get that, because I mean we've pretty much got every other thing covered. Only 2 John Deeres out of this whole. No, 3 John Deeres out of this whole thing. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Hawthorne. I don't remember the last time he was indoors. If it was probably Gordyville, 16, 17, 18 era.
Oh yeah,
probably right.
Yeah, we're up to 24 light limiteds right now in the 6250s. We've got a lot of Battle Bluegrass boys that are coming. Philly Atrew signed up. Sean Knopf's coming. Hayden Anderson's coming. Ellis, Woodruff. I mean, we've got got a whole bunch, and still more to come from what I've been told.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, light pros, we're sitting around 18 right now. Would love to get a couple more of those.
Yeah.
Oh, super farms. We need more of you guys.
I think that's all dependent on the letters. That's just that one. I think it's all dependent on the letters.
Yeah.
Yes, it's PPL rules, but I don't think it'll matter. It just
I don't think it will either.
I guess I get that to a certain extent, but at some point, guys,
you gotta know.
Have a little respect for Clint and his team and what he's trying to go through and put together a program that you're going to hold him off waiting on farm show. Like, that's not really cool. And in turn, how does that make him feel that, oh, I didn't get in a farm show, so I'll come now? What?
Yeah.
It's a Super Bowl of single charger, and you're going to treat the man that way? I don't know. It just doesn't rub me the right way, I guess.
4-1s, I know we'll have another wave of them. We always do after all those come out. We're sitting at a dozen right now.
Yeah. Guys, well, and there also could be the weather factor. I mean, we hate to say it, but it's just reality that we have to live by.
The weather
is what it is. I mean, we all live in the Midwest. Come on, this ain't new.
No. The weather was, to be fair though, the weather last year after we left Cloverdale was a lot better than whenever we were there. So, it'll be fine.
I don't know if you watched the Breaking Barriers podcast yet with Mark Gettinger, and he's talking about hauling his tractor out to some pole. I think it was in Iowa on a bumper pull. And so if he had enough weights for 9,500, he had a weight rack on the front of the pickup truck, and it's dragging on the ground, scraping these IH weights along the highway just to get out there. Maybe a 1-ton pickup, which back then there's half tons these days. It'll pull more than a 1 ton back then would. Bumper pulling this thing out to Iowa, and guys were, oh, there's a snowflake in the air. I'm not going to bring my enclosed sun. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all be on the lookout for our next guest announcement. It might be a trio of guests for the next one.
Correct.
I got word on that one today, and it'll be a good one. So, other than that, y'all, thanks, Charles. Thanks for joining us again, bud.
Sure.
Hopefully, we have you on again soon, sometime, whenever your life slows down and actually gets to a pace to where you're not going crazy.
We're getting there.
I know it. Yeah, Wyatt, you try to stay out of the snow, and I'll be sending y'all pictures from the beach on Friday.
Don't send them to me. I'm gonna be down there too.
You are.
I would tell you were number one, but we would get a violation from YouTube and other sorts. So
that's kind of like how you think. That kind of how you think Iowa needs to be in the playoffs at 8-4. They're in it, bud. That's over Notre Dame.
Read it again. Read it again. You didn't read it right.
Over who? The team that refused to join an actual
Iowa
conference
needs to be in the college football playoffs over freaking Notre Dame, and Iowa's 8-4, and they can't beat a playoff team.
You didn't read it right. I literally told you.
All right, we're fixing to go off the tracks. We'll see y'all later.
2 weeks. See ya.